it's Lucas with another Big Brother Spoilers intro. Today's guest is the winner of Big Brother 15, Andy Herren. It's hard to believe it's been 12 years since he's taken home the crown, becoming the first openly gay winner of Big Brother and navigating one of the most infamous and controversial casts in reality TV history. In this interview, Andy reflects on his game in the Big Brother house, from the highs of his strategic dominance to the challenges of representing a season that is often being remembered as dark. We dive into what life has been like since his winning and how he feels about his legacy compared to other winners, and how the reception of BB15 has shaped his place in the Big Brother community. But the conversation doesn't just stay in the past. Andy and Josh also share their perspective on Big Brother 27, the twists, the gameplay, Rachel's shocking return, and her eventual elimination. He talks about who he's rooting for, which houseguests remind him of players from his season, and how he thinks he would fare in the modern era of Big Brother with bigger casts, faster gameplay, and wilder twists. The interview also dives into Andy's casting story, his thoughts on returning for another season, his connections with past and present houseguests, and what reality shows he'd love to try outside of Big Brother. On top of that, he opens up about his personal journey, including sobriety, career, and what life after reality TV has taught him. This is a thoughtful, candid, and fun conversation with a Big Brother champion who's never been afraid to speak his mind. So let's get into it.
So Andy, I'm so excited to be talking to you. It's been 12 years since Big Brother 15. So how has life been for you since leaving the Big Brother house?
Hi, thank you for having me. Life has been pretty great. I feel like, after, like I've said this before, like after the show, I just went back to everyday life. So I went back to contrary to popular belief, a bunch of people thought that I got fired after the season. I did not. I went back to teaching for a couple years, and then during my days off from teaching, I started walking my friends' dogs just because I wanted something to do. And they recommended me to other friends who recommended me to other friends. And then I started to crunch the numbers, and I was like, I think I could make double what I'm making teaching if I focused on full-time dog walking. And so now, years later, that is what I do full-time, and I love it. I walk 20 miles a day. I listen to podcasts all day. I get to see cute dogs. It's really great for my mental and my physical health. I love it. It's funny. People will be like, oh, you're so up to date on Big Brother podcasts. And I'm just well, yeah, all I do is walk around outside from 8 a.m. to 5. And so I'm able to consume a lot of content.
So going back 12 years, was there anything challenging about getting back into normal life after the show? You said you just went back to normal life. Was there anything difficult after the show?
Not really. So, like I said, the producers were like, oh, you can stick around LA for a while, or you can fly back to Chicago as soon as you want. Well, we have not booked your ticket yet. We will book it when you want. And I was like, please just get me out of here. I want to go home within the next couple of days. Social wise, I really do just feel I acclimated quite quickly back to everyday life. And I feel one thing, my game has aged pretty well, and I feel people like me more now. But one thing people have to remember is I was not very well liked after my season. And so it wasn't I was getting all these opportunities and people wanted me to do things. And so I didn't really want to do that anyway, because I just played the game to win because I like it. But that made it pretty easy to just acclimate back to everyday life. The one thing that was weird was I did get recognized a lot, which I think any winner or players from a current season, it probably happens. It's a very popular show. And so I for a while when I would go out, I feel I would get stopped every 20 minutes or so. And it kind of taught me that fame is a prison. I was just I do not like this. I want to just be out with my friends. I don't, because I'm always going to be nice. And so it's I'm not just going to tell people to leave me alone. And so if people want to talk to me about a lot of Big Brother fans, when they see me or when they stop me, are great. And they get in, we talk for a minute, and then, you know what I'm saying, we get a picture, whatever. But some people just don't get it, and they will talk to you for 15 minutes. And it's when I'm out with my friends and someone just won't stop talking to me for that long, it's hard to not get frustrated. Yeah.
Imagine a recent player, I don't know, a Taylor Hale. Imagine people really want to talk to her.
Oh, no, that's the thing. I people did not even care about me that much. And it was still annoying to me. So I can't imagine what it is for an actually popular winner.
And since 2013, when you played, social media has clearly changed the way that fans interact with the show. How do you think that your perception and your season would be different if your season aired in today's time?
I mean, we were like kind of on, like, I really do think my season was the season that was like on the brink of it all. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's like when I got off the show, I had Twitter and Instagram before I went on, but like neither one was that big. And then when I got off the show, I feel like a lot of people, there was a lot of like Twitter, sorry, my cat is, there was a lot of like Twitter was a bigger thing, but Instagram really wasn't. And so I feel like, I always say like, if you look at my season, when we all got off, we had between like 20 and 50 Instagram followers. And then the season after mine, Big Brother 16, they all had like 100,000. And so like, I mean, like I said, I still think, even though it was like the early stages of it, I still think we got a lot of the, like we had a lot of the social media discussion happening during our season, if that makes sense. Like,
well, I think part of that discussion was brought on by what the houses were saying. So
yes, hi, honey. Yes, absolutely. And I mean, yeah, the like our season. I mean, my season obviously like was controversial because a lot of people said controversial things, and that put social media ablaze. I feel like, and like it's a good thing and a bad thing. I feel like it was a good thing because like those comments like. The show in many seasons before mine, people said things that were that bad, but the show just covered them up. And they stopped doing that my season, which I think is good for the most part. But also, I feel like it made it so that everybody on the internet was picking apart everything everybody said and trying to make a lot of people who I don't think were bad people into bad people. Like things that I said, jokes that I said, things that I said were taken out of context. And it's like, that's annoying because like when people on Twitter come for me still being like, well, you were on the racist season of Big Brother. You like made this comment about Helen, who was one of my best friends and still is. I'm just like, what do you want from me? Like, it's like, I'm on your side. Like, it's just like, I'm one of the most like outspoken liberal people that's ever been on the show. Do you want me to just like become a conservative and like try to take all your rights away? Do you want me to just like never speak ever again? Like, what do you want? Like, what is the goal here? Like, there are so many other bad people in the world that we should focus on. Why are you focusing on me? Like,
but what about as far as your perception of your game, that you said that people didn't love you when you played, but they're more a fan of you now? Do you think that people would love you now if your game was played today?
I mean, I truly don't know. Like, it's like Ian Terry like fervently defended me while I was on the season. It was like, he's a great player. He's playing a great game. And there were people that did that, but there were also a lot of people that did not think that. Like, it's like, I remember going into the finale, my friends, like when I got back, they were like, oh yeah, like people like not them, but they were like, we were keeping up with like the online talk. And they were like, a bunch of people were rooting for Gina Marie. And I'm just like, watching that season and rooting for Gina Marie over me, I'm sorry, to me is crazy. And like a bunch of alums were like, it's like, I remember Dan like really talked down about my game. And I'm just like at the time I was so disappointed because I was like, I played my ass off and I'm like, I was so disappointed because I was like, either it's option one, meaning you are purposely like downplaying the accomplishments, like the first gay winner, just because like other people, like the online, like Twitter sphere doesn't really like me and you're doing it for likes, which is disappointing. Or you don't understand the game that you are supposedly so good at if you like don't think I'm playing well. And so that was disappointing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of alums like that were like talking down about my game. And like I said, I feel like as time has gone on, like people are like, well, you like won't shut up about what a good winner you are. I'm like, yeah, because I think I played amazingly. And like, of course I'm going to stick up for myself when people say that I suck. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's just like, I want to like point at my game and be like, where was I in trouble? Where did I not know what was going on? Like, can you pinpoint where I went wrong ever? Like, everybody liked me, you know?
Well, a lot of this year's cast is going wrong. So let's talk about this season.
Yeah.
How are you liking the season? Who are your favorite house guests? Tell me all your thoughts on this season.
I love this season. I feel like I realized relatively quickly that we were not dealing with the most strategic group in the history of the show. And so once I gave up on that, I was like, I'm just watching it for the mess, and I'm having so much fun. And it's just like that Riley vote where he got voted out, I truly like stood up and cheered. And it's like, I have not done that in a really long time. I did it probably the last time was when Taylor won. And so it's been a few seasons. But so many fun moments like that. The pre-jurors, it was like we got rid of like all the people I thought we should have. Much love, like some of them seem great, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought the boot order was great. The one blemish is, I mean, I'm just like rehashing what everybody thinks. It's the like White Locust. That was so stupid. I still am like in disbelief that the producers did that. Like eliminating the front runner because she can't solve a 3.5 minute puzzle and is crazy. Like it's so crazy. Also, like it's just bad TV. Like the entire season was like barreling towards Rachel versus Keanu, Rachel versus Vince, and like we just got none of that because she was eliminated by a puzzle. I'm sorry, that's so stupid. But what I will say is I was extremely annoyed about that, and I was like, I'm done. And then like the season stayed good, and I was like, okay, I'm not done. I still really like it. Like Vince and Morgan have been incredible on the feeds lately. They're so messy and like so chaotic. I love Ashley's reads. The one thing I cannot get behind, and people routinely smack me for this, is I think Keanu is one of the worst players we have ever seen. And it's really hard for me to watch as like alums tweet what a great player he is. I'm like, okay, so just none of you know what you're talking about. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't. I think Big Brother is at its core a social and strategic game. And if you care about comp wins, go watch the challenge. Like, it's like someone who is that truly allergic to understanding properly what anybody is doing or thinking or saying in that house. He is so bad. And so it's like there's a reason he's been nominated like 8 times or whatever it is. It's like, if you're a good player, you are not nominated that much. And also he would have been gone multiple times pre-jury if like there wasn't the blockbuster. So I know that the blockbuster is like now part of the game, but it's like, and I like the blockbuster, but I also think we should get rid of it after like week 5. It's like Kelly and Keanu, 2 of the most appalling strategic players I've ever seen, making it this far is crazy.
I think part of what makes people think Keanu is good, that a lot of this cast is just so bad. I mean, Keanu is probably at the bottom of that, but still a lot of this cast is really bad.
I mean, I still think Keanu is like, I think this cast is bad, and I think Keanu is like one of the worst of this cast. Like genuinely, I think Keanu is so bad.
And I want to preface that with, I like Keanu. Do you like Keanu as a person? It's not
I have no issue with Keanu as a person. I wish he listened to women a little bit more. He really loves not trusting a woman and he loves not trusting a woman he should trust and trusting a man he shouldn't trust. And so I don't love that, but also I think he seems like a nice person. Like when, like, I mean, I like when people are like, we see everything. Like we're watching 24/7. We see the real you. I'm like, you're not the real you in the Big Brother house. You're playing a game. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when people attack, I mean, obviously if people say like racist things, they can get attacked. That's fine. But it's like when people attack the character of the people in the house for playing Big Brother, like I can't really get behind that. And Keanu seems like a nice guy.
Does anyone on this cast remind you of yourself or anybody else from your season?
Nobody reminds me of myself. I mean, Vince did for a little bit when I thought he was like extremely self-serving, but now he does not remind me of myself at all anymore. People from my season, not really. I mean, like, no. I
think strategically your cast was a lot better than this cast. So
yes, say what you want about the actual personalities of the people in my season, and that's completely fair. I do think that we had one of the strongest strategic casts in the show's history.
Who do you think that you would align with if you were on the season?
Ashley. I think Ashley and I would get along. I would have obviously aligned with Rachel because Rachel is my actual friend. Like, more. I mean, I like Morgan. Like, it's just, I mean, I always want to work with women. And it's like, I also like, I think Vince and I would be able to like talk and get along, but like, still there aren't that many people to see. Like, usually on when a season ends, I'm like, oh, I'm excited to be friends with like a certain amount of people from a cast. And like this season, there's like nobody really jumping out at me that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to be like besties with this person.
But on your season, you were ally with basically everybody, so I would think you'd be aligned with everybody in this cast.
I mean, sure, but I don't know if I would love it. And I mean, I guess I didn't love being aligned with a lot of the people on my season either. But yeah.
So let's get into Rachel. What were your general thoughts of past winner coming into the game as the only returning player?
So I really don't like, let me preface this. I really do not like when only one player or only a couple players come back with a bunch of newbies. I think it takes the focus away from the new players. I think the old player like demands a lot of the attention of the, like, I mean, not by their own accord, by like the way that the producers show them. It's like they take over the season. And it's like, I like to give the new players a chance, have all new players or all returning players. But with that being said, I think Big Brother loves to bring back people I don't really care about. And so if they were going to bring back someone, I'm happy that it is Rachel because I actually really like Rachel. And so I think it was a good choice of someone to bring back, even though I don't love when only one person is brought back.
What if it was you in Rachel's shoes? Is you the only returning person? How would you feel about that?
I mean, like, I'm going to sound conceited, but it's like, oh, obviously I would like it. And it's like, I think I could do pretty well because this cast doesn't seem to know their Big Brother history. And so I feel like I could just like lay low again and just be like, oh yeah, I'm regarded as like a horrible winner. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I could like do okay again.
Do you think that Rachel's elimination from the game is going to make past players less willing to come back so they can be eliminated by a maze?
I mean, probably. Like, I'm also like like every year that passes, I feel like I am less and less inclined to play again. And it's like that, like that moment, I was like, that's absolute bullshit. Like if I were playing and I were like playing my ass off for 60 days or whatever it was, and that's how I got eliminated, I would be furious. Like,
and a lot of this cast isn't big fans of the show, like you mentioned. And Lauren is like the only one who saw Rachel's season, and she was like 7 years old. So do you think this is what affected the gameplay and made it so bad that they don't know their Big Brother history?
Right.
You think that's affected the gameplay? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Like, even if you don't know, like, go back and like the casting process is like months long. Go watch it. Like, what are you doing? I was a lifelong fan from season 3 on before I went on. And once I knew I was in like the finals casting process, I probably rewatched like 10 seasons.
I think that a bunch of people in this cast might have been just applying for any show because I know Kelly, she had applied for Destination X and ended up in Big Brother. So people just wanted publicity, not necessarily Big Brother specifically.
No, which is a bummer, but it is what it is.
So you mentioned the Blockbuster before. What are your thoughts on that as a twist?
I mean, I really like it for the most part. Like, I think it makes the live show really exciting. It's like a double every week, essentially. And it makes it so that things aren't that set in stone. But with that being said, I think it should last for like 5 or 6 weeks. And then it should not last. It should especially not last once you're at jury. Like, the idea of an HOH at like final 8 having to nominate half or 2/3 of the house is crazy.
And I think part of what I don't like about it is it really benefits the people who are good at competitions, like Keanu, for example, that you said he would have been evicted many weeks ago if there was no Blockbuster. So I think it's just catered to competition people.
I agree.
And I know you're a big Vince and Morgan fan of their relationship. Tell me your thoughts on what their dynamic is, what they got going on.
Okay, I don't know if we should phrase it like that. I think
you're a Vince defender, right?
Yes, I think they are both very fun to watch. I mean, if I were Vince's girlfriend, I would be pissed. Like, I would not like what I was seeing, but what they're doing is working, and I have to give them credit. I have been really excited watching Morgan, especially as she like really comes to dominate this end game. I think the game is hers to lose, and we love to see like a strong woman. I like Vince and Morgan. I don't hate anybody left. But I like think that Vince and Morgan have had an interesting like storyline throughout the season.
What about Ava? Because Ava said some not nice things about Rachel.
So here's what I'll say about that. Like, obviously, I think she's gone. Like, it's like, girl, get over it. Rachel's not in the house anymore. But what I will say is, like, I'm going to defend her a little bit. Like, clearly I'm team Rachel over Ava, but I played with a Riley sister, and like their like spirit and their like competitive edge can really get grating if you don't have a break from it. And it's like by the end of Alyssa's time in the house, I hated Alyssa, and like I talked so much shit about her. And then like once I was out of the house, I was like, okay, I don't actually think this. Like I have a lot of good memories with Alyssa, and I like actually for the most part enjoyed Alyssa. But she like the thing that people forget is when you're in there and someone is annoying, you don't have any escape from them. And the annoying, like the annoyance and the annoying person, it just festers and grows and like drives you crazy. And so, like I said, like I talked, like I would be a hypocrite if I sat here being like, I can't believe Ava is saying that because I'm like, I literally said horrible shit about Alyssa. And it's like, but like I said, after the season, I was like, I don't actually think this. And like Rachel actually, like was the one who like put Alyssa and I back in touch and was like, I know you both love each other, and we do. And so like we are fine now. But like I said, it's like I don't really fault people for being extremely annoyed with the people they're playing with because the conditions in that house like beg for it, you know? And like, I'm sorry, and yet again, this is coming from someone who loves Rachel. If I played with a returning player and I was a new player and that returning player was like, you need to respect my crown, I would be like, fuck you. Like, I would just be like, okay, so production noticed that you were emotionally unstable 10 years before they noticed that I was emotionally unstable. You're not better than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would like annoy me. So yeah.
But going back to Ava, what did you think of the whole arm pull that Rachel did? And Ava overreacted about that.
And again, like I get it. Like I would not love that either, but also like I think using that as a basis to like not put Rachel in is ridiculous. Like Rachel did not do anything that crazy at all. But still, like the thing is, I think Ava probably feels guilty about what happened to Rachel and is just trying to like justify it. But I don't think it was that bad at all. Like I'm Team Rachel on that for sure. I mean, I don't want people to come away from this interview thinking I'm not Team Rachel. I really do love Rachel, but I'm just saying like I'm playing devil's advocate, and I can see how Ava could get like annoyed.
And I know Taylor had a tweet in that situation. She's like, it's $750,000 in the line. You push, you pull, you tell you got to do what you got to do in that situation.
Right.
And another interesting relationship in the house I want to get your thoughts on was Riley and Catherine. What did you think of them in the house?
I mean, I hated it. Like, it's just like, I'm not kidding. Watching it made me so angry and uncomfortable. It's the first time since watching season 3 that I genuinely was like, I might tap out. Like, I was like, if Riley becomes like the front runner and I have to endure this for the whole summer, I truly might stop watching. I mean, the thing is, I feel like it was awful. It was the way that he talked to her and treated her and like isolated her was really bad. But hopefully he got out and like saw the response from everybody, and he will like learn from his actions. At least like I try to think that people are inherently good and trying to be better. And so hopefully like he takes something from this. And it seems like from social media activity and their presences online that she is like not with him, and good, because I was worried that she was going to be. But it also like, it bummed me out because I genuinely thought she had potential, and it seemed like he just kind of like zapped all of that away. So
what did you think about the time when Riley was evicted that his exit interviews were canceled? That really doesn't happen at all.
Yeah, I mean, CBS loves protecting a like toxic straight white man, especially one who wears a cowboy hat. And so I think that they just wanted to like cover their bases and not have to deal with him like enduring a bunch of questions about it.
Who do you think is playing the best game right now?
Morgan. Like, and it's not even close.
I wanted to get your thoughts on like Keanu versus Ashley in terms of Ashley hasn't really won competitions, but he's still played a good game, whereas Keanu has won a lot of competitions. So you value obviously the not winning competitions game?
Yes, I think it's much more impressive to talk your way out of something than to win like a 90-second competition on live TV. Sorry. And so I do think that Ashley has played the second best game after Morgan. And it's like, Ashley has good reads. Ashley says the right things. I mean, Ashley also says the wrong things to people sometimes. But in terms of like actual strategy, I feel like she knows what she's doing a lot more than other people in the house. I do wish that just for her own like on paper resume, she could win something. Like I need her to win like an HOH or a veto in the next week or in the next couple days, because I think that could help her. And I also think if she cuts Morgan, she could win. Like if she goes to the end with like a Vince or an Ava, I think Ashley could win.
And in your season, you won 3 HOHs and 2 vetoes. You still won your fair share competition, but you didn't win anything till day 51. So
yeah.
It's possible. It's,
right.
Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
Have there been any big surprises for you watching this season?
I mean, in a bad way, the White Locust. I couldn't believe that.
For me, it was Rachel not getting targeted at all the whole time she was in the house.
Oh yes, I mean, we haven't even talked about. I think Rachel played a better game this season than her winning game. Like I think she played so well, and that's why it was like such a shame to see her go so like unjustly. But yes, I wouldn't even say I'm surprised by that because I know Rachel in everyday life and like I really like her. And I think that she is an older, more mature, more like level-headed version of herself where the old Rachel still came out every once in a while, which we love. But I was really impressed with her. And I think that like it is like her, like it is because of her that she did so well. Like she was really like in tune with things and like tapped in and yeah.
Yeah, so Rachel, she's won the game. She found her husband in the show. She has kids from the show. But the one thing she hasn't gotten is America's favorite player. So do you think Rachel is going to be America's favorite player this season?
I hope so. I'm doing my part. I am voting for her. I really want her to get it over Keanu. But it seems like the casuals love Keanu. So we'll see. But of course, I hope Rachel, this is my official endorsement for Rachel to win America's favorite.
Yeah, I've also been voting for Rachel. I hope Rachel wins, but I think we're going to get a situation similar to season 25 where Sri came in with the audience and then Cameron ended up winning the casual favorite. So I'm just worried about that.
Cameron, that sucks, man.
And not to compare Keanu to Cameron, but No,
I know what you mean. Keanu is way better than Cameron. But God, Cameron winning is rough.
Have you been watching the BB Unlocked episodes on Fridays? Have you been watching those?
Yes, I have.
What do you think?
Obviously love Taylor so much. I think she is incredible at what she does. I like, and like, not to say that I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I've been enjoying it more than I thought I would. Like, I thought it would just be kind of like one of those things where I was like, oh, if I happen to catch it, I catch it. But also, I shouldn't say that because I really did want to watch it to support Taylor. But I have been pleasantly surprised with how much I've liked it. But I guess I shouldn't have been. Because I feel like Taylor knows her shit and she's great at what she does.
Do you like the celebrity guests they've been bringing in, or do you want the big and former Big Brother players instead?
Yes and no. Why was Boston Rob there? Like
you've never seen the show. I can't imagine.
Oh, that was so stupid. But I do think that like Jerry O'Connell and Bobby Moynihan and James Gunn were incredible.
Do you think that this is CBS's way of promoting that these people are going to be on Celebrity Big Brother this winter?
Is there going to be is Celebrity Big Brother coming back?
They usually do it up against the Winter Olympics, so people think it's going to be back in February.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, that would be fun. I mean, I don't think James Gunn would do it. Let's be real. But I do think Jerry O'Connell would, and I guess Boston Rob. Well, it's a paycheck, so I'm sure he probably would too. Bobby Moynihan, I also feel like is like maybe a little too famous, but also maybe I'm just like too in tune with pop culture and the average person wouldn't really know who he is, but I love him. I mean, I would like any of them except, man, like yet again, I think Boston Rob seems like an extremely nice person, but I have just had it. Like, I've had enough, like, please. So I would not love to see Boston Rob, but I would love to see the other three. And yet again, I don't want people to be like, he hates Boston Rob. I think Boston Rob seems very nice, but it's like, I've been a fan of these shows for 25 years, and it's like, I've had it. Like, I've had to watch Boston Rob like 8 different times on various shows, and I've just had it.
You said it before, CBS loves a straight white man with a hat on. So
they absolutely do.
So who is your winner pick at this point? Who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to win?
Morgan. Even though I would also be happy with Ashley, I would not be happy with, although I joke about it, but it's like, it would be a funny end to this extremely stupid, absurd season if Vince wins.
Did you have a preseason winner pick?
Ashley, just because she talked about me in her preseason interviews, and I was like, wow, she's smart. Like jokingly, but Ashley, I did say was my preseason winner pick. So
Ashley was also my winner pick, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I
yeah.
want to tell you my history with winner picks, actually. So I started making picks in season 23.
Okay.
So I picked Xavier. I got Xavier right. I picked Taylor in 24. I got Taylor right. I picked Jag in 25. I got Jag right. And then in 26, I ended up picking Matt, and he was the first boot.
Oh, no. Okay. Wow. What a record until 26, though.
People dogged on me that I got the first boot, but I told them I got the last 3 in a right row. So
absolutely. Right. And it's like, I mean, thank God this did not happen, but I feel like there is an alternate timeline where Angela doesn't win that first HOH and Matt lasts a while. And I am extremely thankful that we did not get that.
And I was feeling pretty worried when Ashley was on the block the first week with the Showergate situation. Like, oh, she's gonna be the first boot. I'm going 2 first boots in a row. I was pretty worried there.
Yeah, no, she won that veto when she needed to, which we love to see.
So is Morgan? You said who you want her to win. Is she someone who you would want to compete with in a future all-winner season?
Yeah, I think Morgan and I would get along. The fun thing is, I feel like I spent a very long time being like, man, I don't really like any Big Brother winners, or I shouldn't say any. Love Ian, love June. But I was like, I just don't really have that much in common with that many. But I feel like recent winners, I feel like I talk to Xavier all the time. I talk to Taylor all the time. I talk to Josh. Like, I talk to Jag. Like, there are like a lot of recent winners who I actually do feel like if there was for some reason like an all winners season, I would maybe be okay.
Yeah, we'll get into possible all winners later, but is there anything else about this current season that you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I think we covered a lot, but yeah, I think it's been fun.
So how did you end up on Big Brother in the first place? What is your casting story of how you ended up on the show?
My friend Marnita texted me telling me that there was an open casting call right by my apartment, literally like a 10-minute walk. And so on a whim, on one Saturday morning, or maybe a Sunday morning, I don't know, I just went. And I ran into Helen, or not ran into, I plopped myself down at a table with Helen, and the two of us, strangers at the time, became friends and talked for like 3 hours. And she went in before me, and she came back out, and she told me all the questions that they asked her. And so we still joke that like she ruined her own Big Brother win because she told, like, if I had never gotten cast on the show, she could have maybe won. And she is the reason why I was able to like tailor very good answers to the questions they were going to ask me. And then when we moved into the house, we were just like, you line up outside of the house, and then you like that's when you get to see everyone for the first time. We looked at each other and we were just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't say anything. We like, there was an unspoken bond because we knew each other. But yes, so I went to the open casting call. And just like dressed very innocuously. And like when I was in the room, I was like, I'm threatening and no one's going to expect it. And that is exactly what happened. And I knew production like that. And then I was a semifinalist and did like another interview in Chicago. Then I went to LA for finals. And then a couple weeks after that, they came back to get more footage of me, AKA give me my key. And then they took me. I was in hotel sequester for 10 days. And then I moved in.
So you only applied once? You only just went to the process once?
I applied one time.
Wow, a lot of people take years to get them on the show, so that's great that you did it one try.
It was like, I was always like strangely confident during it. Like I would watch those commercials being like, they were like outspoken. Like, do you have what it takes? And I was like, I kind of think I do. And it turns out I was right. But yeah, I was like quite confident throughout the whole process that I was going to do pretty well.
So what had you seen of Big Brother before you went on the show? Were you a super fan, a newer fan, a casual fan?
I started watching season 3 with Danielle Reyes, who I thought was extremely entertaining. And then I said I was a super fan, but it turns out I actually wasn't. I was like a casual. Like, it's like I religiously watched every episode of the show, but I did not keep up with it on Twitter. I didn't follow like any Big Brother people. I didn't watch the live feeds. Like, I didn't even know how the live feeds worked. But I did watch every televised episode, and I had kind of like an encyclopedic knowledge of those episodes. Like, it's like I could have like listed the boot order from like season 3 to season 14 when I was on 15, if that makes sense.
Were there bigger fans of the show than you on your season?
McCrae was a live feed watcher. I want to say Judd was a live feed watcher. And then like Helen and I were casuals. Jesse was a casual. Spencer was a casual. It's like there were like quite a few people who like were fans of the televised show. And it's like, I genuinely like, I mean, I knew there were live feeds, but it's like, I wish I would have known more about like cam talking. Like I did not do that. And I think that could have helped people understand my gameplay a little bit better, but I just like didn't know to do it, even though it's such common sense. But
so if you started watching the show in season 3, why did it take you 12 years to think, oh, I want to go on the show now?
I don't know. I just like always had things going. I mean, it's like I was only in high school. I mean, for a long time, I was in middle school and high school. And then I just was like in college and was like I always did summer theater. Like I just like always had things going on in the summer. And then finally, when I was like an adult and moved to Chicago, I had like more free summers. And I was like, you know what? Why not?
So how old were you when you did the show?
I was 26.
26. Okay. So you're happy you did the show when you did, that if you were younger, it might have went differently?
Yeah. I mean, I think I was like at a good age I was young enough, but I was also like mature enough. I mean, I look back at myself now and I'm like, in the moment I was like, I'm a grown man winning Big Brother. And I look back and I'm like, okay, I was a baby. But I still feel like I was like, I mean, like I would not classify myself as, I mean, I don't think I'm stupid, but I am not an extremely book smart person. I'm like emotional intelligence and social intelligence. And I've always been pretty good at reading people and like reading situations and like knowing how to act. And so I feel like I knew that I possessed the skills to do well. And they were honed in pretty good by 26.
So what has your fandom been like since the show? Some people, they do the show and they kind of drop off of it. What has your fandom been like since doing the show?
It's been similar. I mean, I still watch all the episodes, and then now, of course, I am more involved in like the Twitter sphere and everything. Like, it's like the people that are like, it's so embarrassing to like love the show so much after you're on it. I'm like, well, I loved it before I was on it. Like, it's like I loved it for 12 years, 13 years before I was on it. So I still love it, and I probably will, and as long as it's on. So yeah, I engage with it even more now.
Well, I talked to Adam Pock from season 13 a couple of days ago, and he says he still also loves the show, but he also said, you know, once you kind of know what the show is like from behind the scenes, you don't really feel the love for it as much. I mean, I say yes and no to that. It's like, I still feel as like, I mean, as a winner, it's like, I do feel a lot of love for it still. It's like, I don't look back on it with regrets. I don't look back on it with like, what could I have done differently? And so it's like, when I watch it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I did that. And I won that. That's cool. Like, you know. And I told you that you're the first winner I'm talking. Usually I ask people, is there anything you wish you would have done differently or any regrets? But do you have any differently or regrets? No, like not really. I mean, especially gameplay wise, no. And I mean, obviously, like I was not around when like most of the horrible, vile things were said, but I was around for some of them. And it's like, I absolutely could have spoken up more, but also, as I've said before, it is not real life. I was playing a game and I did not want to, and yet again, like, fault me for it, but like in the moment I was like, if I speak up right now, I could be like in trouble. And so I would always like pull people aside and be like, I heard that, and like I thought that was crazy what was just said. But like, and still fans, like I still have said in the years since that I think it's ridiculous that the onus is like should have been on like me and on Helen and on Candace. Like the people that like homophobic and racist things were being said about, like people were like, you should have spoken up. And I'm like, no, production should have. Like, why was it on us? And so, and people were like, no, you're a coward for not speaking up. And I'm like, well, history has like shown that my take on this is right because production now does step in, and that is what they should have done with us. As far as regret-wise, you were nominated once to the game. So are you mad at Alyssa for nominating you and breaking up your never nominated? Here's the thing, no, because I was like 5th choice. Like it's literally just like she put up McCrae and Aaron. She would have. I guess I was 4th. It's like Amanda. She would have put up Amanda if anybody else came down, but Amanda won veto. So it's like I was like her 4th choice to go up, and so I'm like I can't even be that mad about it. I also knew that like I wasn't going anywhere. I was just like I'm against Aaron. Like I don't even need to pack a bag. So I do not really fault her for that. But what about if it was this season where the blockbuster was in play and there's 3 nominations and you could have been in trouble there maybe? Oh yeah, I would have been more mad then for sure. Like, I mean, even after Alyssa, like it's like people would be like,
okay, well, like one exterminator needs to go up. And I would be like, I'm not willing to do that. And if you do that to me, I will be mad. And like people were like, oh, okay. Like I was like, I'm not willing to be a pawn. So.
And your season was the last one that was in standard definition. The future seasons were high definition. Are you happy or sad about this?
I mean, I don't care. It's like, I guess watching back, it would be fun if the images were a little bit more clear, but I don't care.
If you couldn't have been the winner of your season, who would you have wanted to have been the winner? Helen?
Helen, Amanda, or Spencer? I think Helen, Amanda, and Spencer were the three best players other than me.
Who do you think was your biggest threat to winning the game?
Helen.
So that's why you got Helen out? Or who got Helen out?
I would say Helen was more of a threat than Amanda just because Helen was a little bit more cutthroat. Amanda was more brash, but Helen was the one who was like willing to turn on people quicker. And that's why I knew that I needed to get rid of her sooner than Amanda.
And you won in a 7-2 jury vote. Did you expect the jury vote to go that way?
I did not expect to have Aaron's vote, but I did expect to have Judd's. I was a little bit like, okay. But I thought it would be 8-1, but I'm okay with 7-2.
Did Judd ever say why he went that way?
I mean, I think he was just mad that I like got him twice, which makes total sense. So I think he was a little bit bitter, but also I stand by, I don't think there are such things as bitter jurors. So I should have like managed that a little bit better. And I take that hit. Like I should have like done more for his vote. And I respect that I did not get it.
Well, to be fair, didn't Gina Marie also vote him out twice? I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, but I love Gina Marie, but Gina Marie was never the brains behind the operation. Like, it's like, I needed her and she was so loyal. And like, I really am thankful for that. But it's like, I like that first vote, especially Gina Marie did not have like anything to do with it. And it was all me, Helen, and Amanda. And so, yeah.
We talked a little before about how you think of yourself compared to other winners, but how do you rank yourself compared to other Big Brother winners?
I mean, people are going to get so annoyed with this. I think I played the best winning game in the history of the show. I think it's between Derek and me. And I think that Derek had twists that greatly benefited him that I did not have. And I also think that Derek's cast was, you can argue with this because two of them have gone on to win the game. But I think his cast was not as cutthroat as mine. And I think when you actually bring it down to like the like basics of both of our games, I think that my win is more impressive because I was a lot more on my own and I did not have anything helping me. And also I think like as just like a gay man, like it's like you don't have a lot of like easy routes of like alliances and things like that. And I feel like I was more on an island. And I think that my game, like I think both of us never encountered one speck of opposition. But I think that my road to my win is a little bit more impressive, even though I could understand someone ranking him over me. I think Derek and I played the two best games in the history of the show.
Are there other Big Brother seasons that you think that you could have won the show on? Because I think season 16, if say we replace you with Derek, I think you could have had a problem there.
I absolutely do think I could have had a problem there. I do think any season with like smart women, I think I would do well. Like, it's like, I think I could have been fucked on, sorry for the language, on like season 12. It's like the Brigade. I probably would have like not done super well. But like a season 17 where it's like a bunch of like smart women, I think I would do well. But I also like, I don't want to downplay my skills. I think I am good at adapting. And like, I think on a lot of seasons I could do well.
So you would have been in the Frankie and Caleb and Cody alliance on season 16?
I mean, God, I don't know. I mean, yet again, like I would have probably wanted to work with like Christine and Nicole. And I mean, Hayden, who is one of my best friends now, I hang out with him all the time. But it's like, I just think I would have been left out of the like guys alliance. Cause I mean, I was even left out of the guys alliance on my season. Yeah.
In the modern seasons, people make it a big deal about the winner being a representation of the seasons. How do you feel being the representation of season 15?
I mean, I think it's a little ironic that the season that's known for being racist and homophobic has the only gay male winner in the history of the show. And so I kind of like that. The producers, after I won, were just like, thank God. And so I think they were happy with that too. But I think it's like an ironic but satisfying ending to my season that I won.
And do you think it being a dark season has overshadowed your win?
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. It's like there was a lot of shit happening, and I was not involved in a lot of it, and so it was easy to like put me on the back burner when like there was so much happening. But at the same time, they knew that I was like instrumental in a lot of things and just like ignored me, and so that's annoying because, like I said, I've said this in other interviews. I just don't think they knew how to edit a strategic gay man, and I think they just kind of like buried me in the edit as a result. But also, like as I said a second ago, there was so much going on that like I don't really fault them that much for like focusing on like all the drama and all the controversy, which like I wasn't really part of. So
Why do you think that like CBS doesn't recognize you as one of the great winners like they recognized a lot of the other winners?
I mean, I do think they just try to forget that my season exists, but they do mention me more than they mention like anybody else from my season. So I guess I'll take that. But like, I mean, I don't know. I never know what they're thinking. I mean, I do think that like the like constant use of Taylor is amazing. I think that like they got that right. But then it's like CBS like invited Cody and Jessica to play The Amazing Race again. CBS invited Beast Mode Cowboy back multiple times. They love problematic people. And so I'm like, and just have bad taste in who they bring back a lot of the time. So I'm not too offended.
And you being a fan of the show before going in, was there anyone that you wanted to play like or model your game after? Or do you want to play a unique game just to you?
I mean, I in my preseason interview said that like I wanted to kind of use elements of like Danielle Reyes and Reagan and Brittany, in that like Danielle Reyes was like sneaky but like under the radar and like worked with people that people wouldn't have thought she was working with, and like a lot more strategic than she, let on. And then like Reagan and Brittany just were like people who I like identified with. Like I was like, oh, I think if I like hung out with these people, I would get along with them. And like just like their personalities in the house I related to, but not really game. I don't think gameplay wise Reagan or Brittany were that good. And so I guess Danielle Reyes was my big blueprint.
And you mentioned before, Ashley mentioned you in her preseason interviews. Do you think anybody has tried to play like you since you played the game?
I mean, I know that people have, I mean, yes, I think that like people have tried to play the like strategic floater game, and I think it's a lot harder than people give it credit for to actually get away with it. Like to make it so that everybody trusts you and you never get caught is like not easy. And I know that elements of my game, like me leaving personal items in rooms so that I could go into any room and not look like a busybody, I know that people have like implemented that. So
do you think it's any harder to win now with all the twists and the jury formats? Do you think it's harder to win than it was in your day?
Well, I don't even know if I would say harder, but it's just like more of a crapshoot. Like it's like I think it's harder to get a extremely dominant strategic winner now because of all of the variables thrown in with all the games.
But then also we look at last year, Chelsea played one of the best games ever. So
yeah, I do think Chelsea played a great game. But even like in the middle of the game, like Chelsea's game got blown up because of like all the nominees. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I do think Chelsea played a great game.
If you hadn't won the game, do you think that you'd still be as connected to the Big Brother community that you are today?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would just depend on how I went out. Like, but I think I would. I have a good attitude about it all, and I do think like if I got, I would have like really respected it. So,
if Spencer had won that final HOH, would he have cut you?
So he says like now that he has had time to think about it that he would. I like don't really think he would have. But also I cannot get inside his brain. But I think there was a possibility that he would have, whereas Gina Marie never was going to.
So if you got evicted from the game in that way, that Spencer won the final HOH and evicted you, how would you have felt at that point?
I would have respected it, and I would have voted for Spencer to win.
And he would have definitely beat Gina Marie, I imagine. Yeah. And Alyssa was America's favorite player. Were you surprised that Alyssa won that, or not at all?
No, I mean it's like, come on, she had a pre-existing fan base, and so no, I was not.
What was your favorite part of the whole Big Brother experience? Was it just winning the show?
I mean, yeah, winning the show, and then I'm telling you, like pulling off that second double eviction was actually probably more thrilling for me than even winning. Like getting away, like planning for that so meticulously and getting away with it was more thrilling to me than even winning.
Do you know if McCrae, looking back, that he regrets doing what he did in that?
I mean, sure, he absolutely does, but he did it. So, and he tries to like negate what I did all the time, and it's just like, honey, you had every chance in the world to put me up, and you chose not to. This is on you, baby.
So who do you keep in touch with from your season?
I keep in touch with mostly everybody. Like, I mean, let's just run through it. I have not spoken to David, I think, since finale night. I don't keep in touch with Nick. I do keep in touch with Jeremy. We send each other like nice complimentary DMs out like often. It's like I'm happy to see that he's doing well. He's happy to see that I'm doing well. I talk to Caitlin every once in a while. I have not spoken to Howard since the show wrapped. I talk to Candace. I talk to Jesse. Wow, I can't believe I can still recall this in like such. I do not talk to Aaron. I do talk to Helen. I do talk to Alyssa. I talk to Judd. I do not talk to McCrae. McCrae, kind of as I alluded to, has a lot of issues with me, and like it bums me out because I really liked McCrae on the show, and I just like wish the best for him and wish that things were better, but they're not. And I do talk to Spencer, and I do talk to Gina Marie.
You skipped Amanda. What about Amanda?
Oh my God! Yes, I talk to. Then she's going to be annoyed by that. I talk to Amanda all the time. I talk to Amanda more than anybody.
And what about people from other seasons? I know you post a lot about your friendship with Hayden.
So yes, I talk to Hayden all the time. I talk to Taylor and Brittany all the time. Danny Donato, or Briones, is one of my closest friends. Like, I have become very close with her. I mean, yeah, I always see Jessica Milagros at events here, and I love her. I talk to Joseph from last season a lot. Yeah.
Is there a lot of other Big Brother people in Chicago, or not really?
Jessica, me, Hayden, Matt Hoffman, who I also love. I see him at events. He lives in the suburbs. He actually lives in the town that I grew up in. But other than that, I don't think there is anybody here.
The only one I can think of top of my head from Chicago, I don't think they live there anymore, is Jeff and Jordan, or Jeff at least.
Yes, and I don't think they are here anymore. And if they were, I would not be close with them.
So from your cast, we've only seen Alyssa come back, and she did The Amazing Race. But when are we going to see you come back and do a show, Andy? It's been 12 years.
As I said, like the longer I go, the less I have a desire to. But if Big Brother called, of course I would answer the phone. And as I said, it's like I do think my win has like garnered a lot more respect as time has gone on, and I think people would view me as like a cool get if like they had me back. But I used to be like pretty bummed that I never heard anything, and the older I get, the less I care.
And what about other people from your cast? Who else do you want to come see play Big Brother? Do any other shows? I would love to see
Helen play again. I mean, she's a big one. I actually think Candace is like just kind of had a raw deal, and like a lot of people didn't like her for weird reasons. And I would love to see her get another chance. I really like her a lot. Amanda obviously is good TV. Like I think Amanda would be fun.
And obviously there's a dark shadow on your season, but how do you think in general compares to other seasons? Where do you like rank this season compared to other ones?
I mean, you cannot take that dark shadow away. But I do think if you're looking at gameplay, I think it's one of the best seasons in the history of the show. But I also still would not rank it super high because there is that dark stuff.
Did you watch your season when you got home?
Yeah.
And what did you think of seeing yourself on TV?
I mean, I thought I was under-edited. And I also was like devastated that like, I think I'm funny. And like I truly credit like 60% of my win with like my sense of humor, and like I kept things like light, and people like that like disarmed people about me. Like people were like, oh, he's joking with me, so I'm good with him. And like one thing that does kill me a little bit is like watching other Big Brother players who I think are not as like sharp or funny as me getting like a lot of attention for like being like not as interesting as me, but that's just my own ego talking. But I wish that I were portrayed as a little bit more like personable and funny.
Have you watched your season back since you watched it the first time, or you only watched it
I watched it once, and then every once in a while, if like a clip comes up, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll have friends who will be like, they've met me later in life, and they will go back and watch the season, and they'll be like, oh my God, I'm watching like the veto where like you have to win it because Spencer ruins the plan. And I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to like go back and look at that. And so I'll like go check that out. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, but I have not watched it as a whole since.
Because I know a lot of people, they really like to see themselves on TV. Like I was talking with Adam Pock again the other day, and he told me that he watches his season every year to prep for the new Big Brother season. So he watches the season every year.
What's funny, I watch other seasons, but I do not watch my own. Like I do that. I will watch like a season a summer to like prep. Like this summer, I watched season 14, which I love. I watched like my golden era is like seasons 10 through 14. Like those are the ones that like were really formative for me. But I also really like 4 and 5 and 6, obviously. So but I don't. It's funny in my rewatches, I never rewatch newer seasons
because you just saw it and it's just fresh in the mind. You said
yeah,
season
or
3,
I should say I never rewatch like season 16 on. Like I always rewatch like seasons from before mine. They're a lot more like nostalgic for me.
And if you couldn't have been on Big Brother, what other reality show would you have wanted to have been on?
None. Like
None?
It was Big Brother or nothing. Yeah.
But what about today? Is there?
I mean,
would
today
you go back to
the only one that I would really like to do is The Traitors. I think I would be good at it too.
And would you rather do The Traitors over Big Brother again?
Yeah.
And so you have you not gotten a call to do any show at all in the last 12 years?
No, I got contacted to do The Floor, but I just wasn't that interested. And so, but other than that, no.
Not even for Big Brother 22, the All-Star season?
No.
What about The Amazing Race, the Big Brother edition we're going to see soon?
I mean, no, I was not contacted.
Would you have wanted to do The Amazing Race with your loved one if they called you for that?
I think that would be fun as well. And I think yet again, I'm pretty good and like even keeled under pressure, so I think I could do okay. Although I can't drive I can like not drive a car. I mean, I have a driver's license, but I like have not driven a car in years. So,
are you going to watch that season? Are you excited?
Oh yeah,
to see the Big
absolutely.
Brother
I will
season?
absolutely watch it.
Are you an Amazing Race fan, or are you only watching for the Big Brother people?
I was for a long time, and then I fell off the bandwagon, and then I watched the season that like Alyssa and Nicole and Rachel were on, but I haven't watched since.
And do you think that the all-winner season, is that ever going to happen, or you think it's never going to happen?
I don't think it will ever happen. I mean, that's wishful thinking, but if it did, I think it would be fun.
What's holding it back from happening, you think?
I just think it's like too hard logistically. I just don't think a lot of people would say yes, or like people would be too difficult about it. But I think, like I said, I think it would be fun.
I thought part of what holding it back was that they needed to meet the 50% POC rule, but now they could make it now if they did like 12 people.
Yeah.
Especially if Morgan or Ashley wins the season, that'll help a lot as well. So
yeah.
It could be in the future, so stay ready by your phone, Andy.
I know. And it's like I'm the only gay male winner, so I do think that like would be in my favor.
Do you still get recognized from the show a lot these days?
Yes. And I think it doesn't hurt that I just like don't look like anyone. So it's like if you see me, it's definitely me. But like even yesterday, I was like having lunch. I just like popped in for a quick lunch alone, like at this restaurant called Pizza Lobo, and like I sit down and I order, and then my server comes over and he was just like, I have to be honest with you, like I'm a big fan of the show. And he like gave me a couple coupons for free pizza. It was so sweet.
Did you do anything special with the 500K that you won?
I mean, I just like put a lot of it away, so I will have it for later in life. I went to Australia afterwards and I spent a little chunk of money doing that. I lost like 100 pounds quickly when I was in college. And so I had loose skin on my chest and my stomach. And so I had skin removal surgery, which was like 30 grand out of pocket. And so, yeah, those were the big things.
Are you mad that back then the prize wasn't 750,000 like it is now?
I wasn't. I still was given 500 grand for 3 months of work. I was not too upset about it.
Did going on reality TV impact your view of yourself? Did you learn anything new about yourself going on the show?
I think it taught me that and the aftermath. Like coming off and being like extremely hated, I think it just taught me that I'm like a stronger person than I even realized. Like it just did not faze me. I was like, I know who I am and I know that I'm like a good person, and all these strangers on the internet who don't think so, like can eat shit. I don't care. And so and just like the fact that this being in the house didn't like, it really didn't stress me out that much. Like I was really just dialed in and like, I don't know. I did not find it as like grueling as a lot of other people say that it is.
One of my listeners wanted you to talk about your sobriety journey, if you want to talk about that.
Sure. I mean, I just like my thing is I never was a like, I'm stressed out, I need a drink, or like I'm going to have a drink alone after work. That was never me. I was a social drinker, and I was a irresponsible social drinker. Like I would like go out with friends, and I would have a couple drinks, and then I would just have 10 more, and I would stay out until 5 in the morning. And that's just, I was like, I'm getting too old for this. Like, what am I doing? And I'm like making choices that I don't like. And so I just cold turkey stopped doing it. And it was, I do not take this for granted. It was extremely easy. Because as I said, like, I don't think I have like the bug where like I need a drink. Like, it's just like, I never really even liked alcohol. I just drank like to get drunk and have fun with friends. And so, and I mean, I have a great support system. I have lots of friends who like do things with me sober. I love going to the movies. So that's a great like activity to do. And I genuinely like really don't miss the like going out and partying life.
And how long have you been sober now?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay, that's awesome. Yes,
Thanks,
people wanted me to ask about that.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice for future house guests based on your own experience?
I mean, like, be yourself. Like, it's just like, if we're, especially for casting, they can see right through it if you're like being phony. But also, my big advice is be adaptable. Like, don't go in there being like, I need an alliance with 3 strong guys and 2 girls. No, go in there, have no plan other than adapt to whatever situation is thrown your way. And if you're good at being adaptable, I think that is like a very good key skill to have in there. And also,
do you have any?
Also, just don't be annoying. Like, the first people that get evicted are annoying. And it's just like, if you're just like easy to get along with and easy to talk to, you will probably do okay for a while.
Well, we saw Kelly said in her interview with Julie that her plan was to be annoying, and she got as far as she did. So,
well, yes, but also with no Blockbuster, she would not have gotten as far as she did.
And do you have any upcoming projects or events that you'd be excited to share with your fans? Anything you want to plug? I know you're very active on Twitter.
I mean, no, I just like am walking dogs in Chicago. Not really. I'm trying to think. Like, I'll probably be at like whatever Bryson Wendell Survivor event comes to Chicago or like things like that. But no, I just like live with my cat and walk dogs and go to the movies with my friends. It's nice.
I was going to ask that. Have you ever been interested in going to Ozzo's premiere party in New York? I go to that every year.
Well, I did her party here, and it was really lovely. But honestly, like I like these events, but I do also kind of get overwhelmed at them. And so traveling, like when one is like down the street and I can just go home, like I like that a lot better than like traveling to another state to go to one, if that makes sense.
You got to do it once, Andy. You got to come to New York.
I went to, Meg did one in New York, and I went to that in like 2016 or 2015. And it was like a big Survivor, Big Brother New York event. I went to that. I went to like the finale party in LA for 16, like things like that. But I'm just like older and I just want to go to bed early. And like, I don't care as much now.
Was this watch party culture even a thing around the time that you played? Were people doing watch parties like this?
Not really. Like, no. I hosted one in Chicago for Big Brother 16. And it would always get like maybe 100 people, but it was like nothing like these huge events.
All right, Andy, that was everything I had for you. So thank you. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, this was lovely. Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing what you do next. Hopefully we'll see you on another show. So
excellent. All right, take care.